looking.
And I'm either gonna live all the way at that standard, or I'm gonna get it how I like it.
Okay.
Tastemakers.
Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers. Aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living.
Cheek slapper too crazy.
Cheek slapper is crazy. I don't even know where this came from.
Cheek slapper is wild.
First of all,
anyway.
Are we not going to acknowledge that for the entirety of 2023, Quote has been low-key confessing to all levels of dirt, premarital dirt. Okay?
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of dirt. I don't. Most cats was out here smashing before they got married. I only got a few bodies. My bodies were very, very small.
Oh, Quote. I have been tallying the confessions, honey.
No. I mean, I've literally got.
Quote. Listen.
I only got two.
Don't make me what?
Before marriage? Before marriage, I only got like 2 bodies.
Oh, you bragged about having chicks strung out on their emotions.
Emotions and stuff like that. No, I've been toxic before in my early 20s.
Let's talk about head alone. Okay. That
still wasn't a high number of folk.
I just don't think you understand how much tea you've been spilling all year.
Is that why you call him a cheek slapper?
I'm telling you, he admitted to it. It's not too many.
No, he was a booty rubber, but not a cheek slapper.
Come on now.
Yeah, cheek slapper really. I am probably more of a booty rubber than a cheek slapper.
Oh God, are we doing this, guys?
No, he did rub booties to Fred Hammond.
I think so.
Wait, he did what with Fred Hammond?
It happened one time. This is not an everyday thing. I was a teenager.
He was rubbing booties to Fred Hammond.
Teenager. Okay.
Not with Fred Hammond, Tasha. To Fred Hammond.
That was another confession that came out. Let me tell you something. Anybody, if you can do anything sexual to
I was a church baby. Okay.
I know you in and out.
So being a church baby,
I know the type of dude
bound to happen.
Stop it.
I'm just saying. Church. I mean, there's some of the old joints that Fred did sound like some smooth R&B joint. And before you look up, you in that situation, you didn't realize what was playing on the radio. Okay, you didn't realize it. Okay.
I'm not.
That was 2003.
I'm just saying, you look up and you be like, "Oh, dang, I did have Fred playing when we got into this situation."
I have never in the history of ever, as somebody
never
who used to be a little bit much in doing
I was a teenager. I do want to put this out here.
I
know,
and I wasn't smashing. We was just heavy petting.
Just like I said, heavy petting.
What was I here rubbing booties to Fred Hammond?
So what do you call a heavy petter? Because you were serially that.
I was definitely an everything but.
So what do we call that, guys?
What do we call it?
What do we call it?
I want smashing chicks.
You're a cheek rubber. That's not even right. Not even that
he was doing the same thing that you want done to you, Tasha.
Oh.
I was maybe you could call me a tease back then of some sort.
Listen. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, we know.
I reluctantly plead the fifth.
You haven't been pleading the fifth all night though. You've been telling us
you don't ever get up here and plead no daggone fifth.
This is my second.
Getting on to the next topic.
She's gonna be pregnant.
No, we are not going to speak babies into her womb right now.
The husband first.
Yes, let her get married.
That would be ideal, but the way you talking tonight.
I'm going to go out and have fun because all I do is work. I'm working during this episode. I'm working right now.
Hold on. So you ain't going. You there's nobody going with you. You're going by yourself.
See, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell.
See, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Let her talk to us. Let her talk to us. Talk to us, Tasha.
Ever since I became an adult, okay, at 18, all of my friends have been mothers, just about.
So it's your turn now.
Shut up! That's not where I was going. All of my friends have been mothers, okay? So it was always, if somebody can't find a sitter, we can't go out. I've been doing that for how long have I been? Over 18 now?
You over it. We get it.
I'm finna go.
Let's go.
And then y'all want me to wait till one of these crazy in need of therapy brothers get their life together for me to get up and no, I
Go
got
get
to
yours.
go. I got to go
yours.
while my get up and go still works.
Go get yours, boo.
Okay.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm not mad at you either.
I'm supposed to sit and wait for everybody now
I ain't mad at you.
for
I ain't
another
mad
how
at you.
many years? Not doing
I'm just
it.
saying it couldn't be me. That's all I'm saying. I got no business. I had no business.
See, and this proves my point because I told y'all I've been preaching this for the last 5 years that women don't be having the luxury to wait like that. Like men got the luxury to be like, when I'm ready, I'll go. But like women just be like,
but you're talking about getting pregnant and stuff like that. I'm just talking about living life while all the things still
you
work.
can get pregnant by living life.
So it just depend the pregnancy thing. Why? Why?
Because I told you
think it was
he
'cause of the
gonna be
comments
up
made
in
earlier.
that thing. The condom gonna break. He not gonna tell you, and you can be like, you know what, just go, just let it go, shoot the club up, and you're gonna come back.
So let me tell you. Let me you gonna make me
Talk
cuss
to us.
on-
Talk to us, Tasha.
Yeah.
Officially Tastemakers After Dark, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
Nah, this is real talk. This ain't no this is real talk, Tastemakers.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Okay.
Tell us something, Tasha. Tell us something.
I'm at a point in my walk where we live it all the way for Jesus. We live in all the way.
Okay.
And if we shang-a-langin', we shang-a-langin'.
This about to be so fire.
Do you understand?
I get you. I'm with you.
This is why the Lord has enabled me to be a good girl now, or to be behaved now for 3 years. Because I'm at the point now, I waited for marriage. I was 27 when I lost my virginity. You understand?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And it is not a brag.
That's about how old I was too. So I'm with you.
I'm trying to give y'all the tally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Facts.
I was married on paper for 4 years, but we were together for 2 years, right? And then after a short phase of rebellion, got back on the path physically, right?
Yep.
So life owes me a lot of D.
Life owes me a lot of
Life,
things.
no, I've submitted my invoice to the Lord.
I have submitted my invoice.
This is real talk. This is real talk.
So
I low key feel
I
it.
get to the point, right? Now God is good.
Ain't
He
good?
taught me not to just resist the act, but how to live above arousal.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
the act of abstaining can actually be filled with the joy of his presence and not
Okay.
frustration. Feel me?
Okay.
So if I really ever get to the point that I'm allowing myself to be aroused, to really step out and be like, oh, we shake-a-legged, I don't want to hear about no morals. I don't want to hear about no condom. I don't want to hear about no relationship.
Condom, morals, and condoms got thrown out the door. Morals and condoms out the door.
If I'm falling on something with a heartbeat. I'm falling on something that can catch me.
Condoms do be whack though. I ain't gonna hold you. Condoms.
So listen. I literally had the same conversation. Well, I didn't have this conversation. Somebody had this conversation with me. Only difference between him and y'all is this individual was married today. I'm just like, guys, I feel y'all. I do, and I couldn't imagine. I've been out the game for 10 years, so I can't imagine being in y'all's shoes necessarily, right? But there is still a standard, amen, amen. We are not looking.
And I'm either going to live all the way at that standard, or I'm going to get it how I like it.
Okay, now that's a real thing too.
What I'm not going to do is have bad sex.
Okay.
Now I'm
not repenting for bad sex.
I'm not mad at Tasha for her standpoint on the, I'm either going to do it or I'm not going to do it. Like she's saying, she's telling y'all, this is what it is going to be, or this is what it's not going to be. Because a lot of times we try to live in the I'm gonna play both sides. I'm gonna boom, boom, boom. So I respect the honesty. That it's like, yo, this is what I'm doing right now, and then you be like, this is what I'm not doing. I feel it. I'm with it, because I think I feel like even the Bible would be like, yo, either hot or cold. Which one? If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. If you're not gonna do it, you're not gonna do it.
Kiera, get in here.
Like
I am abstinent, guys, so I literally have nothing to say to this conversation.
I'm abstinent too.
We're abstinent too.
But I'm saying, like, from the standpoint, I think if more people were honest like this, we'd get further in a lot of conversations, and we'd be able to move from a lot of combos rather than trying to fake like you're not something that you're doing.
So I want to make sure I'm understanding and understanding where y'all talking about. I'm trying to understand what do y'all really. I'm trying to find out what, because y'all ain't saying nothing to me. I guess.
No. So let me break it down. So what the kids say now? A bean.
Right? Say what?
A bean.
The kids still say that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go for it.
What I'm saying to you is, I are living for Jesus. Okay. I are letting the Holy Spirit empower me to stay at the standard, maybe even a little above now, because thirst is prevalent.
Preventable.
All right, amen. I guess, sure. I mean, my body was made to drink, so what I'm saying is,
I'm trying to hold it, Tasha out here. Yo, Tasha out here, y'all hear me? Tasha don't care about what she
body
everything on hold test today.
I love it, yo. I love it.
So the thing is, though, will you obey your thirst, or what? Let me stop.
No.
I'm messing. Go for it. I'm being facetious.
What I'm saying is, I are living for Jesus, right? And should there come a time that my flesh fails, it's no less a failure if I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah,
I'm not obligated to have bad sex because it's wrong.
let's be
My
real.
aim, though, is to fulfill God's
will. That is her real. You can't tell her that's not her real.
So here's the real for me, though. Here's my real joint. My thought process, real wise, right? You never know going in if it's gonna be bad or not.
Oh no, you never know, nigga.
Listen. No,
what you're trying to tell me?
Well, for one, it ain't. I mean, from a guy's standpoint, when I said right there, I'm trying to speak from a lady standpoint. You don't know what dude is going to do and not going to do.
Okay, Key, you got to tap in at some point, because look here. I do due diligence. Okay, they taught us to count the cost. Hey, come on,
niggas be talking.
Come on, somebody.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
The dudes who talk a lot. The dudes who talk a lot usually don't know what they're doing. You can tell by the way that they talk. The dudes that talk too much usually don't know what they're doing. First of all, okay, I run the risk of being super extra. There's a certain walk that men who have it have, and there's a certain walk that men who don't have.
Please talk about that.
So there's a certain walk that men who got it walk like, and you can see it when they walk in the room. And you're like, oh, even if you're not attracted to him, you're like, oh, he could possibly tear up your headboard. I'm gonna let him go about his business.
And he could tear up your headboard if he actually had more than 20 seconds in him.
No.
He might be working with something and not know how to use it, right? He might be working about something and not
research. See, okay.
What kind of research y'all doing in a night? In one meeting?
Hold on. What are we talking?
I'm sorry.
About?
I'm back on the cruise ship.
Are we talking about having one night stands?
I'm back on the cruise ship. My bad. Okay, so I'm back on the cruise ship. I'm back on the cruise ship. My bad. Because ain't nothing but a one night stand on the cruise ship, right? I'm back on the cruise ship.
It could be a 3-day cruise. It could be a week cruise.
Judon, like, quote, don't ask too many questions. I'm just trying to see where everybody at. That's all I'm saying.
You're talking about one night stand stuff. I'm not on that.
Yeah, Tasha seemed a little too sophisticated for a one night joint.
One night only. The bots can be bad too, but I digress. That's what Lost and Found said.
Oh,
So
Now you married. You married. You're out of the game. You disqualified.
okay, I am married. I am out of the game. I'm just trying to see
I'm
how
talking about
y'all
Lost
single
and Found.
folks.
Lost and Found married too.
Yeah,
Disqualified.
yeah.
Got it.
We married out of the game.
It's
So I'm just trying to see. I just don't want Cass to be let down when you think he was about to get. Well, anyway. All that to be
either
said.
takes you
The
longer.
conversation started off with what was the where did we start this conversation?
Started off with y'all trying to get me pregnant just because I want to go on a
No,
cruise.
I just said
Y'all know. Trying to get you
made a
pregnant.
comment.
Not literally.
You definitely about to get pregnant.
My choice is to live for Jesus, is what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is since 2019, with the exception of one 2020 slip up, the the Lord has been.
So is it not 2020 then? I'm picking with you.
First of all,
I'm picking with you.
I don't owe anyone a tally.
Okay, you ain't gonna Brittany Renner it out here and just tell us what the body count is. You ain't gonna Brittany Renner it out here.
I don't owe anyone a tally, and I'm not in a race or a marathon with nobody to count how many days.
Let's go, Tash.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Talk this talk to quote.
Okay.
Because trust me, there's a lot of people out here who technically can count their days into however long, and they still filthy. They're still nasty for whatever reasons. It could be their thoughts. It could be what they're letting into their gates. It could be other things they're doing.
Shout out to Marco in the chat.
Technically, can pass the definition of whatever we're thinking is wrong. You understand? What I do for the Lord. And he knows this.
But Tosh, you low key setting yourself up for the situationship because I feel like the energy.
Going on a cruise?
No, not going on a
I
cruise.
don't think a situationship could
But
happen
I'm
on
saying
a
because
cruise.
feel me though, real quick, because like the energy that she has, that can transfer over to a sexual partner that she's with. So now the sexual partner is having that transfer of like energy, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like now when you,
What energy?
I mean,
you
the energy
are
that you
up on your grown woman, Tasha.
So I'm saying that energy.
I understand what Goss is saying.
So like that energy,
like if I have my you were, it was the mannerisms and the suggestive things while you were talking.
Yeah.
I was like, Tasha being fresh.
That's why I was like, yo, Tasha ready to get pregnant for sure.
Tasha being fresh on this podcast.
So what I'm telling you is, so feel me. So what I'm telling you is, for a dude, it could be like, oh, whatever. I'm gonna just, no emotions attached, whatever. But then, you be having a whole different vibe when you do what you do. So it's like it's combating energies, and typically women.
That's not peace for me. No strings attached is not peace for me. I tried no strings attached.
That's what I'm saying. Dudes can do no strings attached sometimes better than girls can.
Me. Number one, I'm an INFP by personality. Okay, and Fs, I just don't know if we're built for the no strings thing. I'm not saying they can't be done, but we're just emotional, relational, intimate
That's
people.
what I'm saying.
We're introverts.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's my point. So I'm saying you want the strings attached. You meet homeboy wherever you meet him at, and he necessarily don't want that.
This is what I'm trying to get to: is where is this? What? How is this situation even on my doorstep?
I'm still on the cruise ship.
I'm not on the cruise ship.
Goss got off the cruise ship.
Yeah,
I'm still on the cruise ship. Ain't too much getting to know nobody on a cruise ship is my thought. So
y'all feel like, so what I'm hearing is if I go on a cruise,
you're gonna come back pregnant.
You end up.
No, that's what
I'm joking. Like. I am joking. I'm really
think
joking.
You're gonna come back pregnant regardless.
Go on a cruise without getting
I'm joking.
Splash. I feel like I can pull that off.
No,
I'm not. For one, I am joking for the most part, but I'm also I'm deflecting, right? I'm deflecting. I'm telling you how I would be as a single man on a cruise, which is why I never went on a cruise.
Somebody gonna get in that ear.
Married.
Oh my goodness, they have no clue what they're getting into.
Well, for starters, I think we underestimate we underestimate Tasha's ability to be both flirtatious, mysterious, and sensual, right? Like I think we underestimate that because we don't see Tasha in that light. I know Tasha offline.
You don't see Tasha in that light.
I know Tasha offline, and so
Oh my God.
I've heard the things Tasha says, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
And
I
low-key,
hide
Tosh.
I hide that side of me because my public persona is a brain. Okay, God, you know what I mean by that, okay? You know, I must I hate y'all.
I didn't think that, Tasha. Nobody.
I was not there until you said it. And when you said it, then I went there. Okay?
This has been my lot my whole life, is people do not look at me as a sexual being. I'm either a good girl or a nerd or a church girl or all of the above.
Those be the most freakiest girls.
What Goss is saying is where I'm at. What Goss just said, yes. Those be the most.
Y'all just saying that because my shoulders is out. That's all. I'm gonna shut up.
No, we're not. I'm saying that from experience. Saying that from experience.
Tasha,
hey,
you was being fresh. You was eating the fruit. You was eating the snacks. You was nibbling and being suggestive. You didn't change lipsticks twice. There's a lot going on right now.
There's a lot. And plus you vulnerable too. Plus you're a little vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, guys. I haven't eaten since 6 o'clock. And the matte lipstick was crackling off, so I changed to regular lipstick.
Tasha, what's that got to do with you saying
the
that with
matte
some
was
activities?
Coming off.
Tasha, what's that got to do with what you saying with some activities you don't need a bra?
I was talking about sunbathing. You're so naughty.
Oh,
sunbathing my foot.
I'm sure you
But
were.
anyway, ultimately,
yo, you a lawyer for real. You a lawyer for real, yo.
I am.
Tasha, if you horny, you horny. Just say it.
Hold on. Have you met me?
If you
I've never put up any errors about what I require as a female.
So
if you want some D, just say it.
How have you not understood that as my message?
Yeah. Tasha's never not. Yeah.
Never not.
Yeah.
Hey, Regis. You've walked in on Tastemakers After Dark.
Nah, it's Tastemakers regular.
So not Tastemakers regular. A little after dark, but anyway, no. I love holding space for this conversation because it's hard out there for single folk, and I like to hear single folk talk. They talk, especially after you done, had some, or even if you've been married before and you had some on a regular basis. Like I said, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't be knowing like. I know, I don't know how. You feel what I'm saying? Like
I don't know how. It's God.
It's God, right? It's only God, right? Shout out to Anthony in the chat. It's only God, right, that can keep us in that way, or mannerisms, or whatever the case may be.
It'd be pride too, though.
Huh?
It'd be pride too, though.
Pride that keeps you? No. Like self-righteousness, you're saying?
Yeah.
Get into it.
Okay.
There's pride.
I feel you.
There's
pride on some stuff like, yo, I got too much to lose.
I hear you.
Yeah, but guess what? I believe the Lord honors that. When what's his name? When Potiphar's wife came on to Joseph, he didn't just run from her because what she was trying to get him to do was wrong. He was like that was his whole thing. Like, I'm not about to lose.
Yeah. How I look?
That's a fact.
I don't think there's a thing wrong with running from temptation on the grounds that I don't want to lose
100%
what I've got. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And that has kept me out of some situations where all other forms of reasoning have failed. Okay, is this nigga talk too much? I know if I lay down with him, everybody gonna know tomorrow.
Right.
Off the strength of the fact that around where I'm from, niggas want to know. It's like somebody's waiting on the report.
Yeah, that's facts. I think for me, it's the thing of too many people depend on me as far as who I am spiritually to people. And then also too many people recognize me for who I am. I'm too hot in the streets. So if I do, it's a rap. It's going to be a scandal.
I used to have that, Corey. I used to have that, especially as an auntie of 16 nieces and nephews, 5 of which are girls who were close in age, who were all my flower girls when I got married. When it got hard to be a virgin or difficult, thinking about them, carried me through.
Facts.
The devastation of like, losing the marriage after that. It's like, dang, am I not a testimony to them anymore? It's like, well, what am I doing it for now if it's not to show them, hey, this is what happens when you save yourself, like everybody told me, which is not in the Bible. What happens now? What is my message to them now? What does my story mean to them now? I don't have that no more. Now, when I run from sexual sin is because I don't want to open the door for the enemy to have an advantage in my life, spiritual warfare wise. And because, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many reasons why I used to close my legs, and I don't connect with those reasons anymore because of things that I've been through. But the reasons that I have left are very real and are probably the reasons I should have had from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to Amber in the chat. That's real. That's real right there.
Salome. It's actually not my friend Salome. So Salome is using Amber's thing.
Amber's account.
Salome flew in from Ireland. She's one of my friends from Ireland. So she's a believer from Ireland. And she's watching Tastemakers, which means she's with Amber if they're watching it. So hi, Amber. Hi, Salome.
Shout out to you. Appreciate y'all being here.
Luck of the Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Is she black?
Yeah.
Why aren't she in Ireland?
She's black and Irish, yes. She's a black Irish girl.
She probably bad.
She's very pretty.
Black and Irish?
She's very pretty.
That's a combo right there.
She's very, very pretty. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway,
topics? What happened to the topic?
What happened to the topics? What happened
Y'all,
to the topics?
what happened to the topic?
Yeah, nah, I definitely did that on purpose. I wanted to dive in. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I definitely steered that on purpose.
I definitely could agree that he did do that. Yeah, without a shot.
I just
of a doubt.
wanted to
So
get
anyway,
it out.
no.
There was too much comments made that we couldn't talk about it, so I just wanted to have the conversation real quick.
Yeah, no, it's right out here for single folk. But again, I think everybody's at a certain age where you realize, the consequences and the risks that come along with, a couple of minutes or a night or whatever the case may be.
What is a darn?
Yeah, I know how to go on a cruise and stay saved.
That's what's up.
I don't believe.
I'm not sure I would, which is why I'm married.
So y'all feel like y'all. So just to be clear, y'all don't advise me going on cruises.
Nah, but hold on. You just said something crazy. I know how to go on a cruise and stay saved. Fam, your salvation is secure, whatever. Like it's not like you're not losing.
She wasn't talking stay saved salvation. She's talking about stay saved sanctification. She ain't talking.
I want to be saved and delivered.
Nah, because cats really feel like they're not Christians no more if they sin too much.
You talk about that because where is that? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So like, I think that whole ideal, we need to get away from that as a whole.
Yeah. The whole idea of you know what? I'm gonna sound like a sinner, and I'm gonna have to fight y'all.
Nah, Tasha, talk your sin talk. Talk your sinner talk, yo.
I say it, I'm gonna have to fight y'all all night. I'm gonna have to fight y'all off me.
Listen, so why she got to drink with a straw? Where'd that come from? Tasha, anyway, so nothing.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
The company that produced the beverage I'm drinking did not pay us no placement dollars for me to be
Tasha.
So you gonna get a straw. You feel me? You ain't finna see no brand name.
Charles said play Cute by K-Joe. So listen,
Cute is a good record.
But no. It was a dope record. Very, very dope record. No. I just think I think
if y'all really feel like I'm not safe doing it, I will consider
No. Again, I told you already. I was deflecting. Off of
Tasha, you don't care about our opinions for real.
No, I care about Listen, to be in the presence of brothers, particularly black men, right? Brothers who have the mindset of protecting me is not something I can take lightly, and it's not something I can take for granted, right? Y'all really feel like, yo, we need to tell our sis, blah, 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 blah. I might not obey you at the end of the day, but I'm definitely going to sit down with what you're saying. I'm going to take it before God. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Yeah. I don't feel that way.
I'm like I said, I told you from the beginning, I'm deflecting, basically off of what Regis just said. If you know what you like, the cruise atmosphere puts you in a certain mood, then it might be a struggle. So that's where I'm at. Give me I've lived a life of not being Mr. Disciplined, right? My saving grace was wisdom. That was my saving grace. What I mean by that is I knew I was weak in certain areas, so I made sure I put a boundary around me on this end and a boundary around me right here in case that boundary fell. You feel what I'm saying? I was big on boundaries. So as a single person, me deflecting on you, if I was single, my thought process would be I can't go on a cruise for 5 to 7 days, be out there, not have people. Oh,
How
what,
many
3 to 5?
days?
What
The
days?
introverted me will not tolerate anything more than 3 days out of my house.
Okay. I got you.
Oh dear God.
So I couldn't be on a 5-day cruise by myself with no boundaries and friends around me if I was single. It would be too much like a weird hotel lounge situation where any amount of fun we have doing anything on whatever could easily end up in a key card. You know what I mean? In somebody's room.
So my
You feel what I'm saying?
question to
I'm just
that
a little
would be,
distracted because Charles Brown said, I always recommend for a woman to have at least one buddy for a cruise.
People are weirdos.
I'm not trying to get kidnapped on a cruise.
That's true too.
So buddy means something else. And I think it's
Oh.
No, like take a friend. Don't go by yourself.
because I'm.
but I feel like
Buddy,
with that logic,
okay.
Problem.
I feel
So
like
that's me deflecting, right? That's me deflecting.
Yeah, but
The only
I
way
feel like-
I'm going on a cruise by myself, if I'm a single, is with a bunch of other dudes, a bunch of other people that can keep watch on me. You know what I mean? Before I get to talking to something nice.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm not a recovering crackhead. I'm someone who's still trying to get hot.
I feel
Pump
that.
for pass. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Y'all stupid.
I think though the logic of what quote is talking about, I get it in principle, but I don't think it transfers to reality because I've always told people. So some people say don't have somebody at your house past a certain time. I was the dude that time didn't matter. So it could be 2 p.m. or 12 a.m. Doesn't matter. If it's going down, it's going down. And
If
I
it's
think
going
that
down, it's going down.
and I think that the logic of boundaries only protects you. Well, it doesn't protect you if you want to do it already. You're gonna find a way to do it.
Here's the thing: the rules. I feel like the rules are more like decreasing the probability that you'll fall. Right? If your goal is to not fall, then maybe stay away from this behavior.
You can't go nowhere.
Da 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 da. I
That's
get
not
that.
true. I didn't fall for a long time because of the boundaries I kept around me.
I get the wisdom of doing certain things
In principle, for
that
sure.
are yeah. I get that, but like Corey said, you know what I'm saying? Lord, should I tell? Before.
Just let it go, Tasha. Just let it go.
Just let it go. Just let me go. Right?
That's what I'm
Before
saying.
my divorce was finalized, right? And I was separated for about 19 months. I was straight. I was clean. I was cool. Whatever. I'm grieving. I'm, whatever. Growing as a person. Whatever. One day in June, I woke up. I said, I just knew it in my heart. I'm not going to say my spirit, but I knew in my soul. I woke up one day in June. I said, I'm effing today. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen, right? Now, it wasn't like, hey, like, yay. Like, I woke up and my body was like, we getting through today. Now, for some reason, I don't know how, men are a lot more spiritual than we give y'all credit for. The person I was divorcing reached out to me. I had not heard from him in over 18 months. Now, we did not.
He put it on. You put him on him that night.
We did not work on the marriage, but we worked, right?
But you worked. I got you.
So
I understand.
Obviously, did not work on the marriage. No.
Right.
But we got to work. Okay.
Right.
I say that to say this. I say that to say this. I know me. I know, and part of that was part of my deliverance too, because it seemed like since I separated from him, every summer around June or July, no matter how well I was doing, I would wake up one morning, my body be like, "We effing today," and just one day in that month. So it's like that's something that had to break. What? Don't laugh.
No, niggas in the comments section is like June or July. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I've been delivered. So I've been delivered.
I'm messing with you.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know me. Tasha can go to a reggae nightclub somewhere. I can wine on your son. Okay. And I will get in the car, me and my homegirls, and I will go home, and we will go to Hooters, we'll have wings, whatever, like whatever. It's just not a thing to me. You know what I'm saying? But then I remember there was one time I went to a club with a friend. I said, I'm making out with somebody tonight. This is before my deliverance. And I did. And it's weird because maybe it was a spirit, I don't know. But for someone who's very shy and actually like used to struggle with self-esteem growing up, you know, you don't like in everyday life, I'm not thinking, oh yeah, I can have any man I want. It's just it's more of a, I hate this word because we're not animals, but it's sort of an animal thing. It's like you just wake up one morning like, I'm hungry. I shall eat today. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm past, not to speak out of pride, but I know that over the past 3-4 years, I've seen myself just sort of come to a different place or be taken to a different place by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying I want to wake up my flesh or stir up desires by going and whining on everything that moves. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to go to a place where the music is whiny, find a partner, enjoy him, move on. Now, I get what you're saying about how being locked on a boat might make moving on harder because you're essentially living within feet of this person for 3 days instead of getting in a car and going home. They don't know where you are. You don't know where they are. I did not think about that. So maybe I will go on the cruise, but I won't dance the way I usually do. I'll probably just stay with my girls or to myself as opposed to the way I do get down when I go out dancing.
So you said with your girls, but I thought you were saying you weren't going with nobody. You won't.
No, even if I go alone, no, Black women, we make fast friends.
I feel you. I'm
gonna have a friend on the boat.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Yeah. And maybe what I should do is look into, I don't know if there's Christian cruises or whatever, but yeah, y'all annoy it.
Why does that sound boring? Christian cruise sounds terrible.
I just feel like let's teach people how to exist in the spaces instead of always automatically saying don't be in that space.
I like that.
Yeah. No. I'm with you on that. And again, I just so I can only tell my truth, which was deflecting on it and saying I can be in that space. Here's what I need to be in that space and not be messy.
Regis.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we is. So for a person like me, that's what I needed. If I was gonna be in that space, I need community around me. I need accountability. I need boom, boom, boom. Because again, by the third or fourth day, I done thrown a pity party about why I don't have what I want. And then by the fourth night, I'm like, well, I'm gonna get what I want. You feel what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah. Tasha can't wait for nobody to get no sitters no more. Tasha need to live.
That's what's up. Like I said, thank God for marriage. Let's see.
But thank y'all for the insight. Feel me?
Yeah. But and then also you. So there used to be a lot of Christian cruises back in the day. I mean, I'm not naive enough to think that people ain't knocking it out the park on a Christian cruise either. You know what I mean? Like in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean everybody's doing everything. I mean, cool. Man, I'm telling you, I grew up in church where, like, they'll preach to you till the kingdom come about what and what not to do, but when somebody from their youth group brought a baby and they had a baby shower and everybody was glad for a new baby.
That do be true. They still do that.
You know what I'm saying? When I hit 35, people was asking where my baby at, and they didn't ask about no husband. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
my dad asking the same questions.
People just be on their thing, man. You know, and quiet as it's kept, you know, I've made the decision like, okay, Lord, you know, as far as the abstinence and doing things His way, best I can, whatever, as empowered by His Spirit. But if I'm gonna keep it a buck, nobody who taught me abstinence or virginity actually did it before they got married. Not one of them. Not one of them. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
I hear you. I know some cats that did do it.
I have a friend that did it. I met them while I was in law school.
Yeah.
But growing up, nobody who preached abstinence or virginity before marriage to me had actually done it.
Yeah, I like I said, made it a long time. I think 27, 28, somewhere around there. 27, 20, somewhere between, I think it might have been even 29, 28, 29. You know, I fell off the wagon per se. But anyway, good stuff right there. We are going to skip the congressman topic because who cares? Well, just because of time, really the time. You know what I mean? Is what we're gonna skip it for, not who cares, just time wise. Let's see here. Now that's another thing as well, and I agree. What Regis just said here, and this is just peculiar, but some of that is purity culture too. Regis, like he said, I know a few, but I'm not gonna lie, it almost ruined her marriage because sex was so hard for her. I know a lot of women who went through purity culture who had that issue. When it finally they did get married and it was time to boom, 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 they struggled because they did, you know, just because of their idea of sex, and because purity culture taught us that sex was bad. You know what I mean? Instead of what it really is, sex is very good. It just needs to be in the confinement of a marriage.
I had a partial experience with purity culture. I don't have any experience where sex in and of itself was equated with, like, it wasn't demonized. You know, I grew up around pretty sex positive people. They jumped on the premarital pregnancy a great deal, but again, eventually they welcomed the baby with a party, whether mom was married or not. You know what I'm saying? Where I was scarred by the church as far as sexual education was not feeling like sex is bad or wrong, but how do I put this? Not feeling like sex was bad or wrong, but the whole thing where, oh, if you wait for marriage, God will give you this fill in the blank. Like this false, you know, this false thing of saving yourself for marriage is like rubbing a genie's bottle, and this is what's gonna come out once you accomplish that. It's just like niggas, even if you're a virgin when you marry them, if you crazy and got daddy issues, you crazy and got daddy issues. Even if you're a virgin when you get married, you know what I'm saying? If you're unhealed, then you're an unhealed virgin who probably doesn't need to get married until you get healed. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was just a lot of God does fairy tale stuff when you wait for marriage that I got a very rude awakening about.
So I feel you with the fairy tale. So I guess my thing was and then, you know, I've said this before on the show. I just think, you know, at the end of the day, scripture is wisdom, right? And so, you know, why is it told not to have premarital sex? There's so many sound, natural reasons why not to, per se. And so, you know, and I've said that before. I mean, you get enough partners on you, and it makes your marriage harder because now you're expecting this, that, and the third.
It undermines your ability to attach. I think a lot of people, I think they might have been able to reach a lot of us more growing up if they sort of leveled with us, because we were smart kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, the little church I grew up in, we were taught how to read the Bible and kind of break things down quite early. And we saw it what no, thou shalt not have sex before marriage. It's not in there. It's not. It's not in there. And if they had just leveled with us about why we observe that as a commandment, even though it's not written out verbatim like that, then I think I might have not been the only one to make it out of my youth group class as a virgin or somebody who waited for marriage. But we were given fairy tales, things that were not in the Bible were treated like they were, and they didn't meet us at the point of our very logical questions. I think,
which was definitely unfortunate for and fit that time range and that time frame of when we were growing up or whatever the case may be. And I mean, there's definitely flea fornication and different things of that nature.
Flea fornication.
Yeah.
That is fornication, cool. So we're not gonna get into that because we're at the end of the thing. That's a whole thing. What is fornication? They told us fornication was any sex outside of marriage, but as kids, we knew how to consult Strong's Concordance, and that's not in there.
I didn't know how to consult it as a kid, but I see what you mean.
No, this is what I did after school every day. I read dictionaries, I read concordances, I read.
Well, I mean, she is a lawyer, but I mean, even adultery. But even Ten Commandments. I mean, even adultery is there.
Where is it?
No, adultery is there, right?
Sleeping with my boyfriend once, adultery. Where is that?
Adultery is described as or defined as extramarital sex. And
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Wikipedia saying.
Listen, what I'm saying. But hold on. I'm saying this as someone who is abstaining for years now.
Yeah.
So I believe in the message. I believe in the tradition of holiness that was passed to me. What I'm saying is we got to teach it like it is. And we can't take advantage of the fact that kids are kids and don't know any better.
That's a good point.
The little niggas is going to learn how to read.
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
So we got to listen. Part of how the snake got Eve was he told her some other stuff that she ain't hear nowhere else. And that's how evil influences get to kids a lot. They kick knowledge to them that mommy and daddy ain't saying. And so they develop that trust. They can cross the trust bridge with our children, with this next generation, because they're hearing it from them and they're not hearing it from us. So now they have the credibility. So now
what is the definition that we're putting on adultery?
Oh no, it's 12. No, we're not. Nope. Nope. Not doing it.
She said maybe next show.
Not doing it.
Because and look, I'm not going to say I've ever really went and let me go run and research it because it wasn't a need to do it per se, but I always saw adultery as extramarital sex outside of the marital confinements.
When you are married.
So your thought process.
There's the concept of defilement, but then we got to talk about like all of the cultural and historical context surrounding that. So all I'm saying is, let's just teach it like what it is. You know what I'm saying? As someone who is sitting here saying it's not in the Bible,
yeah.
I do believe in it, and I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Let's stop. First of all, let's stop telling people that they're going to have great marriages because they're waiting for marriage to have sex, when they still have daddy issues, when they still have mommy issues, when they're still broke, when they're still irresponsible, when they're still mean, when they're still selfish, when they're still.
I don't think waiting to have sex makes for a great marriage. I think waiting to have sex makes for commitment and contentment and fulfillment in your sex life as a married person. That's
Yeah,
what
and listen, and it makes for a great walk with God while you're single.
Indeed.
There's all sorts of benefits, and following what Scripture shows us is God's heart, even if the words were never uttered. We know what God's heart is by the things that are in the Scripture, and whatever God's heart is, there's always gonna be logical reasons that follow why it's the best thing for us. Because duh, you know what I'm saying? But teach it like that, bruh. You keep telling me something's in the Bible. And God said, then I get up and learn to read, and I read the Bible, and it's not in there. Then to me, you never knew what you were talking about, and this is a dangerous area to try that with, because the pull to have sex is so strong. Not only is it one of the most powerful drives in us, but it's the thing that society is enamored and obsessed with. Our society.
I had a great question the other day about it. I was like, which one's more of a force, sex or food?
Which one's more what?
More of a force.
Food is more of a force than sex, isn't it?
It's debatable.
The person who was married said that.
It's debatable.
Okay, come on, guys. And I understand what you're saying, and I know I'm the person who's married, yada, yada, yada.
Right, because you're not hungry right now. You're not hungry right now.
Right. I got what you're saying. I guess what I'm saying is, even take me out of marriage, take all of us, whatever the case, I'm just saying, you can go longer.
Nah, she didn't. She didn't. I got exactly what she was saying, and I don't feel like it's got a jail free card.
Huh?
No, talking to Lost and Found.
Tosh just gave ninjas a get out of jail. No, because there's still. We'll talk about that in a second. But so anyway, my point being, you still are going to. You can go longer without sex than you can without eating.
Well, I'm not saying in that context. I'm saying which one, like, because food is like people like dude in the Bible, he traded his birthright for food.
I didn't read this.
You know what I'm saying?
So okay, now let's jump real quick back over. So we got the adultery thing, and I think actually Tasha's extremely right about the definition of adultery and what that looks like. That's only, but then the fornication aspect of it.
What's fornication?
Fornication is
look it up.
Sex outside of marriage. I just looked
it up. Says who?
Fornication is any is ooh.
Look it up.
No. All right, Merriam-Webster. Merriam-Webster is consensual sexual intercourse between two persons not married to each other.
What are you reading? Does it end with the phrase pedia?
It's a known, very well known dictionary.
Look at Strong's for me, please.
Tasha, you tell us since you seem to know.
Fornication is gross immorality.
Interesting enough, it was already a Google layer. Like when I put Strong's concordance, like fornication was literally it pre-filled. Like somebody like this is something people look up.
Fornication.
Regis is out of control.
Regis.
Oh Lord. So hold on. So I'm looking.
That was crazy.
Let's see here. Concordance, fornication. Okay, so it's harlotry, including adultery and incest. Let's see here. Hold on one second.
I've heard this before though. Like
I've heard it before too. I've heard this logic too before, but
But here's the thing: you've heard it in defense of having sex outside of marriage. What I'm saying is, teach abstinence right.
Right.
Accurately.
That's true. They taught it to us the way that they wanted us to live, and not necessarily what was scriptural.
So you can't have both. I'm teaching you something I never did, and the text that I'm using doesn't even say what I'm saying it says.
This needs to be the clip.
You can't have all of that flawless.
Make this the clip, Key.
In illicit sexual intercourse in general, that meaning must be form of speech.
Bree does the clips. My bad.
Harlotry, including adultery and incest, particularly adultery, Fornication.
I don't think we should use those clips for this episode.
We're going viral. Let's make this a clip.
It'll be too misunderstood.
Dang, Draymond got 5 games.
He deserved 5 games. So yeah. I mean, I've heard this before. I personally tuned it out without research just because it just didn't, Anyway, so yes,
right. But at the same time, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife. You know what I'm saying? What we need is in the Bible. Let's read it. Let's use what's in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I rock with this. I agree.
Feel me? That's all I'm saying. There's enough context for us to teach people God's heart is that you save yourself from marriage. You know what I'm saying? But the way we've been doing it ain't finna work.
Yeah.
It's already failing.
Yeah, I get exactly what she's saying. Like, she's not saying definitely you can go out and have sex with anybody you want.
Right.
She's not saying that.
Because eventually you would move into
that.
Because to do it multiple times like that with anybody you want, kind of thing, would then move into levels of
that will become gross immorality.
Immorality, exactly.
Sure.
Where as I even heard it before, that's so I've heard people use this for Jesus. I've heard people use this for homosexual sex. That's where I've heard people try to use it and say, a commitment amongst a commitment is, it's one person, it's not multiple situations, whatever the case may be. And so they'll say in context of homosexuality that was talked about in the scripture was more so pertaining to the things that were happening at the temples or in front of the temples where people were doing lewd, lustful, adultery, that's what they would twist it and say one way or the other, whatever the case may be. So yeah. So I've heard different things or whatever.
But even then, if you're arguing against that, you still have the linchpin of there is a commandment somewhere that says a man shall not lie with a man as he would a woman.
As with a woman.
There is no similar linchpin, similar commandment that says if you are not married, you shall not lie down with anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful. We just have to be careful because this is my thing. We lose credibility when we say the Bible says something and it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's a good point. The lawyer has spoken, ladies and gentlemen. It was the lawyer who researched this and had to know for herself and had to find it to be able to.
I looked into it.
Yeah. I expect nothing less.
No, because I got mad at the Lord at one point. Like, Lord, you owe me. Like I said, you owe me D.
You owe me some D.
I'm a daughter of God.
Yo, that's the name of the episode. You owe me some D.
You owe me some D.
Lord, you owe me some D.
I'm a daughter of God.
That's the name of the episode.
Why are the women in the world getting the D
that's it.
having all the kids?
That's the name of the episode. Lord, you owe me some D. I love that.
Yeah.
That's the episode name right there.
Listen.
Ain't no listen. It's time to go.
We didn't hit on the key point, and I'm just trying to see. Nah, it's time to go. I'm just thinking.
And just hang out.
So there's levels of So I'm just explaining to Goss. There's a lot of branding that's already been worked up, Goss, and so I'm trying to at least cover things that have already been branded. You feel me? Like all of our branding graphics and stuff that have gone on got Kiki on it. You feel like right now. So I'm like, I gotta at least hit that Kiki convo. Even though I'm not really that interested in it, to be honest. So
Tastemakers. Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers. Aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living, we make